A major storm is slamming San Diego County tonight, with torrential rain making for dangerous driving conditions and keeping many people inside. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee. Tonight we have team coverage. Our Heather Myers is in our weather center tracking the storm. Shannon Handy is at the coast where she's been following the storm all day. And Heather Hope is trying to stay dry out in East County. We begin with Shannon, who's live in Pacific Beach. Shannon, what does it look like there right now?
Yeah, Marcella, well, consistently throughout the day, it's been raining and windy here. Right now, the rain has let up, but it is still windy, and there has been some damage caused because of that wind. Take a look behind me here. You can see some palm fronds all over the roadway and the street here, and that's causing a bit of a hazard, but at this point there hasn't been any major damage or major flooding, and fortunately that's due to the work of residents and city crews. Every time it rains in Mission Beach, you'll find Bob Ruane outside his real estate office doing this.
Constant vigilance on keeping it empty.
Ruane's workspace has flooded in the past, as have other parts of Mission Beach, mostly because the storm drains here are decades old and get overwhelmed. During today's storm, city crews were out pumping water in known problem areas like Dover Court. Meanwhile, some places had sandbags laid out as they usually do. Fortunately for Ashley Babcock, her coffee stand doesn't need them.
We're okay. We're elevated. We've got a little roof over our head and awning that keeps us warm, so there's not much else to do.
While we saw some flooding, it was minor compared to what's happened here during previous storms. Still, it did make driving a bit more difficult. Elsewhere along the coast, palm fronds littered streets and parking lots. Some cars like this one were covered in them, though it didn't appear to cause major damage. In Ocean Beach, massive waves pounded the pier, which remained open throughout the day. But like most places we visited, it was empty. We did, however, see some people along the coast, including a few walkers, as well as Mark Caparelli. He was out sweeping along the boardwalk in Pacific Beach. Not to prevent flooding, but to keep the area clean, something he does daily.
That's a great meditation. Actually, it's a spiritual practice.
And back out here live again, you're looking at one of the issues from this storm, all these palm fronds that are everywhere. So if you are out driving in these conditions, of course, use extra caution. Now, we've been tracking it all up and down the county. I've been here along our coast, but let's go now to Heather Hope, who is live in Ramona with the conditions out there. Hi, Heather.
Yes, Shannon, the rain has made for a very smoggy commute for Ramonans trying to make their way back home, with the rain being steady throughout the day, and the wind has also been a major concern.
We've been watching the clouds come over the hill at my house, and then we just came down here to get some sandbags.
Not taking any chances, Erin Bahati placed sandbags around her Ramona home just before the storm.
I know the last flash flood was really bad, so I want to protect my home.
Emergency crews rushed to respond to rain-related car accidents off Highway 78. Fire officials advise all on the road to take it slower than usual, as the storm has been a mean one.
It's raining really good in Ramona, yeah.
Businesses remained open despite the heaviest of the downpour hitting the East County in the afternoon. Customers kept coming.
I was thinking this morning on the way to work, I thought, well, maybe we'll have a slow day and I can get other work done. But no, it's pretty much business as usual. The people have on their duck feet and they're coming in and we're all good.
Hallmark store manager Lori McCormick says her main concern would be if the store were to lose power due to a down power line in the heavy wind.
I worry about the California drivers because, yeah, they're not used to it, you know. So don't want anybody following really close on my tail.
Areas with poor drainage continue to see pockets of flooding near the Ramona baseball and soccer fields. So why did the wild turkeys cross the road? To safely get to the other side, and these birds were in no rush. Residents hope more drivers would follow their cue.
Go slow. I should go slow and take it easy, yeah.
Cassie Cope welcomed the Ramona rain, but worried about the wind.
I live off Highland Valley Road, so it's really windy up there. It's probably like 40 miles an hour.
and the rain appears to be hanging on at least for the next couple of hours here in Ramona. Now for a look at our forecast, I'll send it down to Heather Myers, who is nice and warm inside the studio.
I know, Heather, and I just appreciate you reporting out there because, yeah, it has been treacherous out there. Let's give you an idea of what's going on. Current look at the satellite radar, and as you can see here, most of the county along the coastline is starting to dry out at this hour. Many of our inland valley locations, like in Ramona, where Heather Hope was reporting live from, still seeing some scattered activity, and in the southeastern portion of the county is where you are definitely noticing some rain. What's been going on over the past couple of hours? Well, let's give you an idea. At about 11 o'clock this morning, things really started to rock and roll across the county. That cold front moved on through. With it, isolated flash flooding out there, gusty wind that brought down some trees, caused some flooding along the roadways. How much rain did we pick up? We did pretty well. Take a look at some of these numbers here. If we had to pick a winner, it would certainly be Palomar Mountain at 4.28 inches of rain. Fallbrook picked up close to 1.5 inches. Same story in Oceanside. Checking on Santee, 1.3 inches of rain, about 1 inch or so in Chula Vista. You're noticing the numbers certainly smaller in the South County compared to the North County, because remember, when that rain moved on in, the North County got it first. It's kind of faded on out as it reached the southern portion of San Diego County.